Hi guys, it's Lena from College Fascio. I'm here with Taylor.
Hey guys.
And we're going to be talking about different clothes to wear in the outdoors since I'm doing a fashion blog and Taylor...
I'm doing the Great Outdoors blog.
Yep, so it's a perfect combination. Okay, so Taylor, what would you say is your favorite clothing item to wear when you're like going outside, or like your go-to kind of sweater or layer that you like to wear?
So my favorite coat is a reversible North Face. It's black, and I typically have it to where the fuzzy side is in, but it's a great icon, like either, honestly, between fall and spring, because if I get too hot, I can just turn it around and it's suddenly like a really light jacket and it just looks really fuzzy from the outside. So that's definitely my favorite, and it's black, so it goes with everything.
So my favorite outdoor item, it kind of depends on the weather, but I have a J. Crew sweater that I stole from my mom, and it's like one of those like kind of turtleneck ones that have the quarter zip on the front, and it's just like tan, and I like to wear it with a turtleneck underneath because I get warm super easily, and it's really comfy, and it's long enough that I can wear it with like leggings or something on a normal school day. So that one's a prime one. Okay, so what is your favorite season for wearing clothes?
Definitely fall,
Same.
because I just feel like I have the most options to wear, because in the winter it gets so cold, I don't feel like anyone sees my clothes half the time anyway. But fall, you kind of get to show off your style a little more with it not being so cold yet.
Yeah, same here. I like fall a lot better just because most of my clothes are for fall.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have any summer clothes because I don't like the heat, so I just sweat all the time. So I'm just like wearing athletic shorts and a t-shirt, and I'm like not trying to dress fashionably, but like for winter, like most of my clothes are just whatever outfit I can pick out that kind of looks okay with winter boots.
Yeah.
So, and that is like it'll fit underneath my jacket, but also keep me warm. So, yeah, that's how it is. Okay, so with that, do you have a favorite fall clothing item or like favorite fall look that you like?
My go-to is like a long sleeve shirt. I have this one specifically that's like black and white, kind of speckled, and I love wearing this like almost peach colored tank top underneath it, and then I have like the exact same color light scarf. So I just love doing that with a pair of jeans and maybe some Uggs. So
That sounds comfy.
it is very comfy.
I can't wear Uggs, my feet sweat too much.
Mine kind of do too. I'm wearing some right now, but I just always wear socks on them and it really helps. But that's like my go-to winter item too. Like I have, I think 4 pairs of Uggs, and then like the one my mom got me last year is actually like winter boots.
Yeah,
Which,
are they waterproof? Or?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And I requested them because I knew being on campus, like we get the slushy snow,
Yeah.
and it'd be just disgusting. And like the snow and stuff does go through the like sheepskin, so it gets kind of gross after a while.
Yeah.
So I definitely love those though. So highly recommend.
Cool. I'm trying to think. It kind of, for me, like what I wear during the fall, it changes because I sometimes have my effort levels change for my appearance. So depending on that, it's fantastic. Sorry, I'm also plugging in my phone, guys. I apologize for that. So yeah. Okay. I really like to wear layers, so I have one tan cardigan that I wear all the time, basically with any V-neck shirt underneath. My mom jeans were my go-to last year, but I currently cannot fit into them and will not spend money on buying new ones. So I just wear leggings and sweatpants all the time, and it's fantastic. And I'm very comfortable, so I'm not sad about that. Well, hopefully with all the running I'm doing, I'll fit back in my jeans eventually. Okay, so layering tips. Do you want me to go first for this?
Yeah.
Okay, so just to give context, establish credibility, there's different things we learn in Com 210. I did a wilderness expedition the early summer of 2018, and I was living out of a canoe for a month in Canada. So we were portaging, and I was doing, which is, so portaging, basically you are carrying a canoe on your back, you're constantly jumping in and out of the water, and especially in Canada in early May, late June, it's still not warm yet, so it feels like spring or like late winter in Indiana. So it would go from being like in the 70s during the day to being in like the 20s and 30s at night. So we had to pack a lot of different layers, but because you only had a certain amount of clothing you could pack, it was kind of hard. And so the big thing that I learned was to actually appreciate your layers, because when I got my packing list, I said to buy long underwear, and I thought that was completely stupid, and I was like, I'm not wearing long underwear, like, that's for grandparents, like, no. But actually it's really helpful, because a big thing for staying warm and staying cool is having a wicking layer, which is just a layer of clothing that pulls the moisture away from your skin. And that's just really important because it prevents any chafing from happening. A big thing to remember is that when you're out on a wilderness expedition, you don't get to shower or bathe at all. So if you have any weird spots of moisture, it's going to get all gross and nasty. And it also just helps keep you warm and keep you cool. Basically, like if you're soaking wet all the time, your body can't cool off as well, but then you're also going to be freezing. So a big thing was having a pair of synthetic long underwear, because those could easily pull the sweat off of your body, or water if you just jumped in the water. But the difference between that and cotton is that cotton doesn't dry quickly, and it's really heavy when it gets wet, so that it would just like have this wet, damp rag on your skin the whole time, and that's not cool. Versus like synthetic dries really quickly, and it gets rid of the water very easily, so you can regulate your body temperature a lot more efficiently with that. So that's pretty cool. Do you have any questions on different layering things at all?
Explain long underwear, like actually what it entails.
Okay, so long underwear is like basically leggings and then a long sleeve t-shirt, except something that you want to make sure for that is that they're not tight. You want to make sure certain areas can breathe, just because if there's no air getting to there, you could get an infection, and that's not something you want on a hiking trip. Yeah, mine were purple, very fashionable. They were also really nice at night, because like those are basically the only clothing that didn't get dirty because they weren't outerwear. So like that's what I slept in for my pajamas, and it was pretty warm. But yeah, long underwear basically is like a long t-shirt and leggings, but like looser leggings, kind of in between like sweatpants and leggings. I'm trying to think. Think like pajama pants, but like tapered.
Okay.
Yeah.
So explain like your whole attire while you were doing this trip and what you packed.
Okay, so on the trip, we were limited like by what clothes we could bring, just because like more clothes and more weight to carry. And so we had our first layer, which was like the wicking layer. So that was long underwear, and then whatever like bra and underwear you wore. It was pretty much a sports bra. Every day, you didn't want to wear like a regular bra because you're doing a lot of physical activity, and that sucks. And then like for underwear, you had to have like a mix of cotton and synthetic, just depending on like if you were on your period or not. Like girls have to focus more on like breathability and stuff. And then you would have like socks. I would have wool socks. So wool hiking socks for two reasons. Those socks are super thick, so you're not going to get as many blisters if you're wearing wet boots 24/7 and hiking in them, which is weird because I definitely thought that if I'm wearing boots that are soaked in water like all day and like doing tough activity in it, I thought I was going to get a lot of blisters, but I didn't get a single blister. We had some kids get like ingrown toenails and like that rubbed or something like that. But nothing like super bad, so that was pretty cool. And then also wool stays very warm, and it's a very like resilient material. So like if we had cotton socks and we were wearing those, like they would rub a lot more and they would stretch out and then they wouldn't go back to their original shape. So like for durability wise, wool was the best. And it's funny because like beforehand I thought my mom was stupid for wearing wool socks all the time, and now I love them so much. So that was like the first layer. And then on top of that we had like our outerwear layer, which is like basically what you wear all the time. So you had cotton t-shirts or like synthetic t-shirts. I learned the hard way that I should have probably packed like synthetic t-shirts, which is like the Nike dry fit shirts rather than cotton t-shirts, because again, it was raining like all the time and it was cold, and those shirts never dried and they smelled so bad by the end of the expedition. Like they were mildewy and gross.
Oh.
Yeah, we had to throw them away. Like there was no recovering from that. And so I should have worn those, because even if like we hung them up on a line, like we had to put them away in our bags each day if we weren't wearing them, so they didn't dry very often. So we had that, and then for our pants we had quick dry pants, which are like the weird campy pants that you see like outdoors people wear a lot that look kind of dorky, but they're really nice because quick dry just basically means like they're made out of like the same material that the Nike Fit Plus things are made out of, and they don't like suck moisture all the way up your pants, and they're very light. A big thing that we had to make sure is that you don't want them tight on your legs, again for like chafing and for like mobility, because if they're tight on your legs and you like can't move well and you get caught in the water, like that's not good. And you didn't want like super heavy cotton pants like weighing you down. Another thing that you could have gotten was like zip-off pants that zip off into shorts. I think I should have gotten those. I had like a separate pair of quick dry shorts that I wore, but realistically, like you don't have time to go and change your pants when it like suddenly gets hotter. So I should have like just gone with zip-offs, but that's okay. And then obviously a belt, just because for me like I was kind of chubby going into it, but like you're literally doing physical exercise 24/7. Even though like you're still eating, like you slim down a lot, and so a lot of my pants that like fit me at the beginning were like falling off of me at the end. And so having a belt is very important. Also just like having a belt in general when you're doing outdoor work is helpful. Or like if you're hiking, because if a strap breaks or like you want to hang something up, or like someone gets hurt, it's nice to just have like that to use. And then we had a sun shirt, which basically was like a men's dress shirt or a super light flannel, and that was just so like when we're canoeing out on the water for a few hours, even though it's hot, you don't want to have your arms exposed for that long, because even if you wear sunscreen, you will get sunburned. Or like even if you're wearing sunscreen, you can still get sun poisoning, which I got one day, even though like I wore sunscreen all the time, and that sucked because I was like dying. So you have that, and then that's basically your other layer. And then I also had a bucket hat that I wore, which is kind of like a cowboy hat, but it's made out of synthetic material. I'm trying to describe it for those who don't know what it is. Do you know what I mean by a bucket hat? Think about like what dads wear like for the memes, like for vacations, like tourist dad. Like it has a wide brim all the way around, and it has like a chin strap on it. The chin strap is actually pretty helpful, because if you get a strong gust of wind, then it doesn't get lost in the lake. And the bucket hat's really nice because it's light, and it's also like the quick dry material. So with that, it covers the back of your neck. So that was like a big thing where like the back of my neck was brown when I got back from the expedition. So it was crazy because like my hands and my face and my neck were super dark, but then the rest of my body that was always covered up was like white. It's freshman Wisconsin winter. So that was cool. But the bucket hat was also nice because like if you got too hot, you could just dunk it in water and toss it on, and then it wasn't like hot and it would still be breathable. One mistake that I did make though was that I had a blue one that was like navy blue, and like my friend Abe, he had a white one, and like a light tan one, and the blue got really hot really fast. So especially like if you have dark hair, you want to get a light hat, because the dark hair gets really hot in the summer really fast. One of the girls, Natalie, was from Brazil, and she had like jet black hair, and she was so warm if she wasn't wearing a hat. So that's something else. So then that's like your base layer. That's like what you're wearing day to day. Normally I wore like the quick dry pants. Like so normally I had my pants and then like regular underwear and then the t-shirt on. And then if I was cold, I would put on my long underwear top underneath the t-shirt. And then I had my socks. And you always tuck your pants into your socks because you don't want to get ticks. And then I had my bucket hat. And that was pretty consistent for what I wore. And then if it was colder, what we had was basically you could pack one like light jacket kind of thing. So I didn't actually pack a light jacket. They said like a sweatshirt or a light jacket, and so I packed a like fleece quarter zip from I don't remember what it is. Eddie Bauer. They do outdoors clothes, right? Yeah. So I packed it from there, and that was really cool. I liked it a lot, but I was definitely cold a couple times, a lot of times, because it wasn't as thick. Versus like our expedition instructors that were more experienced, they had like a light down jacket from Patagonia that was like, it was actually lighter in weight and like could be scrunched up smaller, but it was way warmer. So I wish that I had packed that, because also like the down jackets won't get wet, but my quarters that did get wet a couple times and it stayed wet, so that sucked. So I would have that, and then we could pack a windbreaker, so I had like a giant like hoodie poncho like windbreaker that was waterproof. And then I also had a like winter hat. So that was like, that one was really nice because it was a giant like ski cap kind of thing, and it had fleece on the inside, and then it was wool on the outside. I just liked it, and it was long enough that I could like pull it over my head at night. And so basically I would like zip everything up, and then only my nose would be showing because it got cold in the tent. So that was nice. I don't think I had gloves. And then, yeah, that was pretty much everything I wore. We also had, like, we had to wear life jackets all the time when we were near the water. And then we also had rain gear, which is like super thick leather, like pants and a jacket, but it smelled really bad. So you didn't want to wear that because that meant you were like in the middle of a thunderstorm, so that kind of stunk. But yeah, that's what I wore on the expedition. I definitely learned a lot about like, oh, I should have worn this and I shouldn't have worn that, and like, yeah, there was one time where like at the end of it we got like a solo day where we were just on our own, and literally the whole day, like not the whole day, but like the first thing I did was, it was super hot, and like the area that I was in was like on a like rocky outcropping, so I just like rinsed off all of my clothes in the water and washed it and hung it up to dry. That was really nice because it was like so much better, and then I just like laid out and
Yeah.
so yeah, that was pretty cool.
Cool. Yeah, you definitely did learn a lot, and like I didn't know, you know how you were talking about synthetic things like dry
Yeah.
faster and stuff. I definitely didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, and then like they had it on the suggested list, and we were like, oh well, that's probably just like a suggestion, like the materials aren't that important, but they really were. Like, I'm glad my mom knew about the wool socks thing, took that seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, another thing to keep in mind though for that is those clothes will get trashed. Like the cotton t-shirts and stuff, those got trashed. And I had to throw those away. But like I still have my pants, those like stuck with me. Like I still wear them a lot, even though I look kind of silly walking around the campus in them, but they're super comfy, so I wear them anyways. But yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Do you want to go to winter dressing tips now?
Sure.
Okay.
So kind of piggyback off of that, I definitely layer throughout the winter, especially like I've lived in Indiana my whole life, and I know when I was in high school they cranked the heat super high, but it was only like half the buildings, the other half was freezing, so I always had that to deal with. But then like also attending Ball State, all of the classrooms seem to be very hot in the winter. So of course I'm freezing outside, and then I come in and I'm burning up. And I've learned the hard way a few times. If I didn't layer, I was just miserable outside or in class, as one or the other. So something that I like to do is I definitely try to wear a tank top under stuff. And then like if I'm gonna wear a long sleeve shirt, I typically try to make it one, like if it is one that's thin, I won't wear a tank top under it because I know it's going to breathe. But if I'm going to wear like a sweater or something that's a little heavier, I do try to wear a tank top under it, just so I don't feel like all the heat is trapped. I feel like tank tops just breathe better.
Yeah.
And then like when it's really really cold and I like still want to wear jeans, I'll put cold gear on underneath my jeans. So my mom and I really like Cuddle Duds. So it's a brand of cold gear.
What's cold gear?
It's like the tight fitting like synthetic material.
Is that like fuzzy on the inside?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I do have a pair of, like for instance, I have a pair of leggings that have like not flannel, but they're fleece on the inside of them. And then I do have like a pair of Cuddle Duds that my family got me for when I was in marching band and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's really tight fitting synthetic material that it does breathe, but it also keeps your body heat in, and you just wear it underneath anything you would usually wear because it is so tight fitting. And you honestly can't tell, like it doesn't make you look bulky or anything, but it just helps make sure your body heat stays in because like jeans are really cold and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what I'll typically do. Or like if I don't want to wear jeans, I will wear those leggings that have the fleece in them. So, and then like I try to stay away from tennis shoes in the winter just because I feel like I'm always cold in them. So like I mentioned earlier, I'll either wear my Uggs or like maybe rain boots if it's like it's a little bit of a warmer day, just because it's usually wet on campus in like the winter and fall. So, but yeah.
So for me, I'm from Wisconsin, so growing up, I like for our winters, like you're slushy at the beginning and then at the end, but then it's just super cold. And so for me, it was interesting because like in high school, our building was not heated well at all, so it was just cold all the time. But I get super warm easily, so I wore a lot of layers. And then just for like outside work, like that, the Cuddle Duds. Okay, that's what that reminded me of because like for snow blowing and stuff, like we get a lot more snow up there. And so basically what you would do is you put on as many layers as you could. So like I would put on like 2 pairs of leggings, and then I would not wear jeans just because like those would get wet and with like the cold water all the way up.
Yeah, and make you feel miserable.
Yeah, exactly. I would like wear as many pair of leggings as I could, and then like toss on a pair of sweatpants, and then I put like we have grown-up sized snow pants for that. And then like for gloves, what we would do was we would wear a pair of like cotton gloves, and then you'd put like mittens on top that were waterproof, and then like a whole bunch of scarves to keep like basically as bundled up as you can, like what was his name? Alfie from The Christmas Story, like when kids are bundled up, basically that's how we looked. So it was interesting for me transitioning from Wisconsin winters to Indiana because like in Wisconsin we didn't have like for school days, basically it was just like run in from the car as fast as you can.
Yeah.
But for here, like walking around day to day was kind of weird because like I didn't really have to worry about boots as much in Wisconsin. Like I would wear my boots, but then I'd pack like tennis shoes because my feet get sweaty a lot, and I would wear the tennis shoes from day to day, like at school, and keep them in my locker, and then wear the boots back and forth. But here, I pretty much only wear my winter boots once like December hits, just because it is so slushy, which is really weird for me. I also kind of messed up on that because my winter boots like are really good for like walking in snow and like that stuff, not for slush. And so I slipped a couple times last year just because they're like plastic on the bottom.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Yeah. And during the winter here, I pretty much just wear. Basically, I don't know. I think I'm gonna change my approach from last year to this year, because what would happen was I would put on a bunch of layers and then I would walk to class and I would get hot and then I'd be all sweaty and gross. So I think this year I'm just going to like pack a blanket in my backpack and just have that and just wear like a t-shirt and jeans. Do not wear jeans with holes in them during the winter. That freaking sucks and it's stupid. If I do wear that, like I learned that from my roommate Lena, she won't wear like nylons or leggings underneath it to keep her warm. But yeah, that's a big thing not to do.
Yeah, something else I wanted to add is for some reason, some guys, I don't know if they just think it's macho, but they wear shorts in the winter. And I'm like, dude, like even if you don't think you're that cold, you can still get frostbite, like especially if you're out waiting for the bus for like 15, 20 minutes. So like, don't do that. Be smart, like appreciate your body and
yeah, my friend Cooper had a hard time with that because he was just a big dude and he had like he has like really hairy legs and like he didn't like how it felt. So then we just got him like a really loose pair of like sweatpants, and then he wore those like if like we had times where like you know how last year we had cold days.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in Wisconsin. Like you don't get snow days and you don't get cold days. Like it has to literally be like a blizzard for anything to happen.
Gotcha.
So, like, it would get really cold out, and then Cooper would wear like sweatpants, but he was always like a basketball pants.
Yeah, and that was the first time the university closed in years because of that. It was just crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, it's not even that cold out. Like, what is this?
But I think that is all the time we have today.
Right.
So thanks for listening to us, and we'll see you guys next time.